How's it going? How's everybody doing out there? Yay. I'm going to add some sparkles. Let's see if there's any sparkles available. We've got hearts, flowers. Hey, classic. Okay, I'll stop fiddling around with that. So I wanted to give you a little February update. Just an energetic frequency update. I like to do this specifically when I'm doing my mentorship because I'm already all set up and have everything all set up and I've already got all these downloads. So I began the February mentorship program for women on the 1st, but today specifically was our first download transmission healing session. We did some chakra clearing. We learned about self-love and self-connection and ways in which to do that. And then I get real excited and I'm like, okay, now I want to do the whole shebang. I want to cover the whole month. What are the themes for everyone? And so, one of the things that came up was about when I tapped in for the month of February for the collective. It's just this general overall sense of unhappiness and how so many people are striving to figure out or find, a practice or a thing they can buy or something to do. Their problem, there's a problem. Everyone's unhappy. And the issue with that, right, is that the unhappiness is coming from lack of forgiveness. Because I asked Spirit, I was like, okay, so we have this spaciousness in us that's not feeling up to par. What's going on? So then I asked again. I said, okay, Spirit, so what in alignment with what? Are we looking at self-forgiveness, forgiveness of others? And Spirit said that it's honestly forgiveness for what was bestowed to us, what was given to us, what was handed to us a long ago. So, our souls come here really wanting to experience something, and we're working with what we have, right? So some of you came here to experience empowerment. Some of you came here to experience deep connection, intimacy. Like in some ways we came here to experience all of it, right? But there's specifically your soul has its destiny, its destined purpose to experience something. And it's not always really great and positive, to be honest. Most spiritualities and religions teach you come here to be enlightened and you do that once everything becomes perfect. And that is just not the case. It's just not the case. In the new era, we look at unhappiness as, there's a need not being met. And, what you were given from your forefathers and your foremothers, whether it be your DNA, your traits, your personality traits, financially, there's all these different things that was passed down to you. It was maybe some of them are gifts and maybe some of them don't really feel like that. And so the card I pulled, I was like, so give us some more solutions, Spirit. And they brought in the animal totem of bat. Now I know that's upside down, but I want you to see that the bat is hanging upside down. He is the number 5. So the number 5 foretells and speaks to humanness, the dirty work, the cooking and the cleaning and the driving people around and if you guys watched the Super Bowl last night, there was this amazing commercial about, it might have been a Latino, I don't know what language it was, which maybe one of you remember, with the 4 languages of love. And the last one, agape, made me sob. It was it was a form of love, right? You have eros, which is that passionate, that's what we think of love. But then there's also agape. Those are the only 2 I remember. There was 2 others. And agape was like the love of service. It was like taking care of your elderly aunt or it was, I'm walking my dog 3 times a day. Like these things are the things that are acts of love, service. the bat is asking, he's saying that a rebirth for you is assured. Now, rebirth is, when we think of rebirth, we think of new beginnings. I think of spring. We're halfway between the winter solstice and the spring solstice. So there is this, this felt sense, right, of something a-brewing inside. But we really have to take stock of what we're bringing into spring and making sure that we're forgiving ourselves for what we didn't maybe start off with our New Year's resolutions the way we wanted. We didn't say the things we wanted. There's that, after the first month, there's that felt sense of like, oh, I'm not starting this year all perfect. And your guides, your allies, your ancestors, your friends, your loved ones, they want you to just love what is. And the bat is coming in saying, you have this chance to rewire what your ancestors gave you. So you can take the stuff that you liked, and then the stuff that you didn't like, any of their repressions, dissociation, addictions, the things that were passed down to you, you can flip them around by seeing a new perspective and doing some forgiveness work. So I know probably some of you out there know about the Hawaiian tradition, and I never know if I'm saying enough onos, but it's like hopo ono ono, hopo ono, hopo ono ono. And it's, I'm sorry, I love you, please forgive me, thank you. Beautiful chant. There's also other chants that you can use to kind of move through this unhappiness and these blocks. So the result, I love this. The result of the month of February is emergence. Emerging, and I know Erin's on here. Yes, Erin loves these cards. And I love this symbol there. It's emerging, it's something emerging from the depths, emerging from the dark, emerging from deep in your being. So, know that that's coming, and that by doing the forgiveness work, doing the alchemy of forgiveness is about being gentle with yourself and others, attempting not to judge yourself and others too harshly, seeing things as the bat does, hanging upside down, seeing things from a different angle. And I think that spaciousness is going to give you more peace as you move on. So I will check back in as the month goes on, because like I said, I do set up for my live transmissions and healings and downloads for the mentorship group. So I'm oftentimes available on Mondays to just kind of tap in for you. Maybe next Monday or the Monday after I can pull cards for you guys. And thanks always for following this ministry. It is New Era Spirituality and Teachings. I mean, they're not for everyone. So if you support me, and it's not me, but the vision of the new era of the Aquarian age, you are on top of it. You are ahead of the game, because it is not for everyone, right? To do this kind of, to not become perfect, but to just love yourself the way you are, right? And to not be so angry and hateful. And if you do have anger, recognize it as a need that needs to be met. So side note, there's someone listening. It could be Erin here. I see we have 6 listeners, but there's someone who desperately needs a cleaning and clearing of energy. So if you get a ding, 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 and that's you, there's different ways you can do that. But I definitely look into that. Your energy is full of stuff. It happens. No shame or guilt. All right. Well, thanks so much for joining. It was so good to check in with you too, Erin. And yeah, I hope that you're all well. Check in with me. Write any messages about how this resonates with you. All right. We'll talk to you later. Wait. I'm going to see what Erin says. I decided I don't need to forgive myself. I've done nothing wrong. Yes, that's the perfect way to end, Erin. It's exactly it. We've done nothing wrong. There is no good, bad, right, or wrong, right? You got it. Erin was in one of the mentorships. It's not about that. It's about if we hurt ourselves or others, right? Which we will, because we're humans, and boop, that happens. But in the end, you're extra human. You know, you are going to hurt yourself or others, but it's what true I'm sorry. So when people say I'm sorry, it's about making amends. You know, making amends for that means trying not to do it again the best humanly possible. Well, what a beautiful sentiment. Thank you, Erin. Thank you, Amy. I can't tell who else is on here, but have a good one.